wanna show you today. Port Aleksander will be the map in here. It's a great map for sure. Already two seasons on in ladder pool, and we're gonna be enjoying this one right now as soon as the downloading will end, and we're gonna be seeing this. Salivanth is the one that yeah, everything is kinda in order. We have a production tab over here and everything is in order, so we can just start right away, and what's the better than that. So, is actually the music that loud? I hope. Well, some music over there. Perhaps I will lower my own headset a little bit. Well, it was in the lowest already. But yeah, first game of this maybe upcoming series of like funny replays or epic replays from ladder. And here we have in the upper left side of the map, we have Alpha X's Salivanth, the Protoss player. He is the one that submitted the replay to me, and I think it was great enough to give it some exposure, and this will be a fine piece of PvT for sure. Meanwhile, in the well, right downside of the map, we have in the blue, it's Jack, a Terran player for sure. The MMR for these players are some kind of like 4.8k in NA ladder, so they definitely know what they are up. You can see that here we have a probe scout from a noble Protoss player. Salivanth wanna be playing safe. Well, actually, I don't know what's safe in PvT anymore. Is it safe to send your probe into your opponent's main, or is it like safer to go for the kinda easier road and start to scout the proxies with your probe, and then it will enter the Terran space later on? I guess this is the safe option, as well, I hope the sound ain't too low at the moment. Just give me a feedback if you're online. And here we see the epic dance of the workers. This probe is annoying as duck. I'm not gonna say the other word, the ugly word, because we are not 30, as Hiratsuki would be saying right now. We are gonna use the word duck for sure. Jack doing the normal thing for Terran, making the natural expansion and then the Reaper. Well, Jack actually did kinda like cheat a little bit economic wise, and he didn't send his worker in the beginning, but he sent in the Reaper once again. So overall, well, here we see the probe is coming back for more. Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's epic fighting going on, and the probe gets a kill with 1 HP left. This is already epic, already so epic. Meanwhile, Reaper also gets 1 kill, so it's 1 kill for the both players. And meanwhile, robotics facility going on for Salivanth, and Salivanth already has a gateway and a cybernetics core and a robotics facility. This Reaper already scouting everything. Is still annoying. Will he get the second kill? Yes, it will. That was a hero Reaper for sure. Perhaps with a little bit of a better micro, it will be still killing some probes. Well, definitely not, because there are 2 adepts already. So here we go. What I've been watching more and more TVP streams lately, it seems like the Adept start will be the future of PvT, as the Adept is far better at killing the Reaper and useful in the beginning, and it kinda don't cost that much than Stalker, so Adept has more usage, and in many cases Adept also gives you more scouting. Well, with Stalker you can poke a little bit more and stuff like that, but not here. And here with the 2 Sage are coming up, but Salivanth sees that there's at least 1 Widowmine, so he won't be gonna go after this. So here we see standard TVP or PvT, how you like to describe it, but nothing usual. Both players playing really good game. Actually, in a kind high level already at this point of the game. You would see the other of the players would have been maybe making a crucial mistake already, but these fellows are playing a game of their lives. They both are. This probe actually did scout the Medivac, I think. Yeah, it totally will. The observer is on his place to see that if there will be some kind of drop action, and there will be. Meanwhile, the second observer will witness the rising of these marines. 8 marines gonna be going for natural, but they are greeted with some adepts already and stalkers. Here we see Jack is not microwaving that much, but still gonna be killing at least one. And here we see a Medivac drop as well. One adept has died. Ooh, and Widow Mines get the 2 shots off. Did the both Widow Mines actually kill 5 workers? Oh, no, 5 and 3 workers. So now Salivanth is down like 10 workers, so what he is supposed to be. Already losing 10 workers, so that's an ideal thing for sure. Meanwhile, Salivanth is planning for the infamous third fast Nexus for the Protoss players, and that's something that Terran players are struggling a little bit. Well, not a little bit, a lot. You have seen the wines on Reddit, you have seen the wine classes on Terran hands. If you know any Terran, he's probably a drunk tard already, and there you go. How many actually? It killed 2 workers more. Well, that looked more bad, more dangerous than it was looking, but still, 2 kills is a good thing, and the Medivac actually escapes. Well, will it though? This is a little bit lazy callback for so. Blink has been finished for Salivanth, and now these stalkers, they will get the kill headshot. Oh, I don't know what they did hit exactly, but the Medivac dies, and these stalkers are the king of the land as per usual, and they're gonna be going to see what's up. Meanwhile, Jack already has a bunker. He also has an eye into his base because there's an observer, and Jack don't see that for sure. Meanwhile, this is another infamous move. Oh, actually, a couple of the stalkers didn't blink into the main, so this is only 4. But these 4 stalkers already getting couple of workers, and well, not that much anymore. Does Jack actually see the observer? I think he does not. Meanwhile, factory already, a reactor has finished, and it will begin the Widow Mine production, and the starport also reactor finished, and it will begin surprisingly. Oh, actually, it's a cyclone, not a cyclone. It's a Liberator and Medivac them both. Meanwhile, these stalkers being annoying as fuck, picking marines here and there. Already 3 marines killed, 4, 5, and the SCVs are pulled. The struggle is real on this Terran. 1 bunker has been killed already, and this observer still uncontested over there. And Medivac is loaded and then unloaded and stuff like that. Meanwhile, there comes the scan, and finally Jack kills the observer. This probe actually, this has been all game long scouting everything from this side. The story of that probe has been quite interesting. He was born, then he was moved to scout something, and then he... Ooh, actually 2 repairs from Jack, that was a mistake for sure. So he couple of mistakes here and there, but those kind of things happen even if you're not the best player in the world, and rare people actually are, and even best people in the world makes mistakes. Just you don't have to check that many replays from Innovation or Maru or Serral. There will be some mistakes, not that much. But still there will be the Liberation Titan 6, but it doesn't do anything. Meanwhile, the Zealots doesn't have charts, or do they? No, they don't have a chart. Oh, they actually have a chart, so pardon me, and Salivanth will be clearing this one up with ease. And meanwhile, you can see the worker status and the army status. Army status is actually in Terran favor as is usual at this stage, but yeah, Salivanth actually clears this one up rather nicely. He doesn't have gases on his third, and he didn't take the second gas in his natural. So this is kinda like a normal gateway setup. He does have 6 gateways, or does he? Ooh, 8 gateways, yeah. And now he's gonna be going up for the 4th Nexus. We are far away from the times where Protoss really wanted those gases like they took both gases from the natural as soon as possible, and same thing happened to third base as well. That was the time where Protoss was a little bit more scared, but hey, here we have the boys. The boys are coming, Zealots kill them easily. Meanwhile the Liberator comes sieged, but it doesn't help at all just yet. Midomine is gonna be joining to the battle as well. They should be like sieged up or rooted into the ground, how you can say it. And here we see a fight again. As you can see, Terran is leading in the army supply, but Salivanth, Widowman shot actually doing his job, and that Widowman didn't kill the Terran army, and that's an accomplishment already. Salivanth is fighting now. His army consists only from Stalkers, and that's not a great deal against Bio for sure. Luckily there's only one Marauder though, so these Stalkers won't melt that easily, but now the Liberator is in really nice position. Meanwhile these Marines are gonna be breaking havoc. You can finally see Salivanth is gonna be losing those workers more and more, but those Marines are close to death. Meanwhile good blink comes from Salivanth, he clears up the Liberator, and these Marines, they try to fight, do what they can, but there are two Zealots, and these Zealots have +1 armor. Well, the Terran has +1 attack, but don't mind me, +1 armor those Zealots had. And meanwhile Salivanth is microing his Stalkers. And this is really a nice gameplay from the Protoss side for sure. Meanwhile the 4th Nexus is finished. It doesn't mine anything yet, and there are maybe a little bit of issues when like the balance of workers who is doing what work. These guys are like doing little bit too much guys to do that little paperwork, and meanwhile there's not that much here. But now Salivanth is balancing the scales a little bit and putting guys to work, and that's an awesome thing for sure. Salivanth is down in workers a lot because he's in the same spot, or in the same amount than Terran, but meanwhile Jack is gonna be going up. As you can see, this game has been only a battle and after battles from the beginning to get-go, and finally we see an armory after 11 minutes. This is Terra versus Protoss, guys. And meanwhile Salivanth, did he overextend? Jack has a great trade, and Jack is actually leading in supplies a lot. He has almost 3 times the army supply of Salivanth, but Salivanth has Zealots and he's fighting. There's actually even 2 Widowmines. Well, that Widowmine was kinda the standard Widowmine. It kills more of the Terran army than the Protoss army, and that's like what I've accustomed to know. And meanwhile Jack still wanna be close in the game. He pulled the boys already. He's been attacking, but Protoss is still alive. Now he loads up his medivacs and gonna be going for the main. Meanwhile this Observers is everything, and Salivanth is gonna be going to defend his main for sure, and the medivac drop comes. Meanwhile Jack is rallying his forces to threat the 3rd and 4th base of Salivanth, but those units won't be moving anywhere, and this drop is deflected with ease. Actually, for some reason, those Widowmans, they shot in a way that Zealots didn't even die. That's a strange issue also. Now we see 4 probes at a time from Salivanth, and Salivanth is doing a great job for sure. Zealots gonna be warped in the 3rd base. There's the ally forces are in action, and they kill a couple of workers more, and the worker account is close to equal, but this drop was now defended so easily that you can now see the army supply for both players are much closer each other than it was early on. This where did we go? This Liberator is in really good position, by the way, actually now, but lone Reparator won't do that much. Meanwhile these Widowmines, they will hit the Marines as well, but they kill the Zealots again. The 4th base of Salivanth will be gone. And seems like Jack is breaking our noble Protoss player here for sure. Meanwhile the Widowmine, what a force fields, and that Widowmine did finish the job by himself. And again, those Widowmines are kinda you need to watch like Game of Thrones to realize how treacherous those Widowmines are. They're gonna kill them each other. They're gonna betray you every time they get a chance. Widowmines are that way. Meanwhile here we go, Salivanth is having huge upgrade lead, 2-2 versus 1-1, and you can see that these Zealots are doing some work. Jack losing a couple of workers here and there, but he's still in a good position, thinking that he has 3 command centers of mules, and that's always a great thing for sure. Meanwhile, he did kill the 4th base, but here we see Salivanth is gonna be chasing his tech a little bit. Double Colossus on his way, and Colossus does melt a lot of things in the ground. Well, it kinda does melt everything in the ground, and Jack army consists mostly of Marines, and that's a really bad thing, obviously. To go against the Colossus, meanwhile, we don't mind, they don't go into the ground. They just die, and these Marines, they are gonna be going up, and they go stim to win. Zealots and sentries and stalkers will die, or will they? The stalkers flee from the battlefield. Now there comes a pylon down, maybe a second pylon, or will the 3rd base go down? Yes, it will. This is a huge moment for Terror player, and then goes lots of probes behind, and there we almost saw that Protoss has been breaking this game, but seems not. And here we see one Liberator doing some work again. These Marines are quite good spread for them, but these Colossus, +2 Colossus versus +1 armor stimmed Marines ain't a great thing, obviously. This Liberator did some zoning, but will it die? No, it won't actually be dying, and 2 Colossus gonna be going and killing something. Jack is still looking to be winning the game, as it has been looking whole game long, soon to be 50 minutes and 30 seconds, and it seems like, well, the Protoss still holds with 2 bases, and the main base is kinda almost mined out. Only couple of mineral posts left, but 2 Colossus and 5 Stalkers. These guys have a mission. Stalkers gonna be blinking back and forth like Juhani Tamminen from Finland ice hockey scene. And meanwhile, Jack needs to be lifting his 3rd base, and these Colossus, they have some kills. 24 and 23, and that's a bad thing for sure. You can see kind of the issue that if you have only Marines versus Colossus, it's not an ideal situation, and here we go. We don't mind. It did hit 1 Zealot. Nice micro from Salivanth for sure. I don't know what these Vikings are doing. They're now gonna go or they went to the high ground, and now they are in a more safe position, but here you see Angry Terran doesn't GG out, as Sparring might say in this position. GG. Duck you, no GG. So, rather good replay for sure. I honestly, when I saw the replay first time, I just kind of fast scrolled it. I thought whole game long that Jack was the one who submitted the replay, and that Jack will win the game, because it looked kinda like that from the mid game to the get-go. But somehow, some way, Salivanth find like the way. And with final push, 2 Colossus and 5 Stalkers, they did the job, and Salivanth was able to win. And it must be feeling really nice to win a game after you have just defended, and you're losing like your 2nd leg, the 4th Nexus, and then the other leg, the 3rd Nexus, and you kinda lost like even your hands when you think about the workers. But yeah. This is quite good, showing how great Colossus are versus Marines. Even though the spread was kinda okay for Jack, it weren't enough. So this was a rather great replay. So I thank you, Salivanth, for submitting it. And yeah, keep on coming, the more. So this